you ever considered the possibility of other life forms existing in the universe? Like, is it plausible that extraterrestrial intelligence may exist? If so, do you believe that they are capable of cognitive or behavioral functions similar to humans? An extraterrestrial means any formal life that exists outside of Earth, while intelligence is the ability to learn and apply skills and knowledge. So extraterrestrial intelligence, or ETI, or in conventional terms an alien, means intelligent beings outside of Earth. An extraterrestrial life form that has similar cognitive abilities as humans. But do you think they truly exist? Like, are there any other worlds in the universe that have life other than our own? According to Stephen Hawking, the answer is likely yes. Based on the sheer number of planets that scientists know must exist, we're not the only life form in the universe. There are, after all, billions and billions of stars in our galaxy alone, with it is reasonable to expect an even greater number of planets orbiting them. And it is not unreasonable to expect some of that alien life to be intelligent and capable of interstellar communication. So it's a big possibility, but who do you think came up with this idea first? The idea of intelligent beings existing beyond Earth is not a modern concept. Its origin goes back to the ancient Greeks, who were fascinated by the idea of extraterrestrial life. And philosophers such as Epicurus and Lucretius believed that there must be other worlds and other forms of life in the universe. So basically, since then, humans have been wondering not only life, but if intelligent beings exist outside of our planet and searching for it. And it is called Seti, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. The possibility of life in the cosmos, including intelligent life, is one of the most intriguing pursuits of humankind. And Seti aims to answer one of the most fundamental questions humanity has ever asked. Are we alone in this universe? To achieve this goal, Seti scientists use various methods to detect any signals of life beyond Earth, including monitoring electromagnetic radiation for signs of existence from civilizations on other planets. On this search, there are no rockets. Seti scientists send out messages in the form of radio signals, which they think that's more logical than the rockets, since they pass easily through the dust and gas that suffuse space and are easier to reach further points in space, and they are 20,000 times faster than the best rockets. The attempt to send messages to extraterrestrial intelligent beings has not always been in the form of radio signals, though. There have also been physical messages such as the Voyager Golden Record and the Pioneer Flag. The Voyager Golden Record was a phonograph record that was launched aboard the Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 spacecraft in 1977. The record contained a selection of sounds and music from Earth, as well as images and greetings in various languages intended to represent the diversity of life and culture on Earth. The Pioneer plaques are a pair of gold anodized aluminum plaques. They were affixed to the Pioneer 10 and 11 spacecraft's antennas. The Pioneer plaques were in the form of a pictorial message that mainly showed the naked figures of the male and female, along with diagrams of the solar system and the sun's position in space, to inform the intelligent extraterrestrial beings about the origin of the spacecraft in case they were captured by them, like in science fiction books and movies. But unfortunately, Pioneer 10 and 11's missions ended in the late 1990s, and they left the solar system and are no longer functioning. Of course, speaking of electromagnetic radiation, radio signals and all, Nikola Tesla is the first person comes to mind, as well as being the first to suggest the idea of listening to extraterrestrial radio communications by using an extreme version of his wireless electrical transmission system, so that they could contact with intelligent beings on Mars. But we can say that looking for signs of life on Mars was one of his dreams, because what he truly wanted was the wireless electricity transmission across long distances, like electrifying the world, as well as sending out electromagnetic signals to further points in space to find a way to communicate with Mars. He had even promised to do so. But the scientific community and most people thought that he had misunderstood the new technology he was working with, so they gave a lot of excuses and a lot of reasons why he was mistaken. So they made sure that everything about it was gone to space. As you know, there's a considerable distance between us and the intelligent beings that scientists are trying to find. So many people believe that our first contact with intelligent beings could be extraterrestrial artificial intelligence rather than biological beings. But for now, as we wait for any evidence, be it artificial intelligence or biological beings, the WOW signal that was detected on August 15, 1977 by Ohio State University's Big Air Radio Telescope, which used to support extraterrestrial intelligence, remains the most powerful signal for an extraterrestrial radio signal that was ever detected. The entire signal lasted for 72 seconds, and an astronomer with a trained eye spotted it. He was in such awe and amazement by what he found on a computer printout that he instinctively grabbed a red pen and wrote down the first thing that came to his mind. Wow! This simple exclamation quickly drew people's attention to it and gave it a name. But that signal was one of a kind because it has not reappeared again. They don't know if it was a signal from ET or not, or what that might have been, but they say that it can't be anything else other than an extraterrestrial signal. But ultimately, this evidence was not enough for Congress, so they decided that the search for alien civilizations was in vain, and they removed Seti funding from NASA's budget in 1993. And after the cutoff, Ohio State University demolished the Big Ear Observatory in 1998. Now let's take a look at more up-to-date information. On June 14, 2022, scientists using China's FAST telescope, which translates to Eye of the Sky or Heavenly Eye, the world's largest radio telescope, which has extreme sensitivity in the low-frequency radio band, reported that 1,640-foot radio telescope detected weird repeating signals that could be from alien civilizations. But a few days later, Denver Thamir, a Seti researcher at the University of California, Berkeley, said that these signals are from radio interference. They are due to radio pollution from Earthlings, not from ET. And after this explanation, they deleted the report. In 1924, the United States government declared a national radio silence day from August 21st to August 23rd. Citizens were asked to keep their radios quiet for 5 minutes every hour so that astronomers could detect any potential radio signals coming from Mars. And even though Mars was closer to Earth at any time in the past century, they couldn't detect anything. So most likely, even today, we don't have any solid results in our hand, as much as we know, and until we find an evidence of an extraterrestrial civilizations, all the ideas we can consider are essentially guesses about the probabilities of their existence, which had already been thought and formulated in 1961 by the founder of Seti, Dr. Frank Drake. It provides an estimate of the number of possible extraterrestrial civilizations that could be discovered in the Milky Way galaxy, the likelihood of their existence, and the likelihood of communicating with intelligent life. But that's a long one to explain, so we can save it for later. So basically what we are saying that there could be life in the universe, and if there is, we are also alien to them as much as they are to us, and maybe they are searching for us too. But speaking on behalf of us, we couldn't even find any relation that the UFOs that have been found are belong to aliens or whatever they are. We have never encountered any intelligent extraterrestrial beings or any single living creature beyond our planet. And the things that we thought were aliens turned out to be Nazca mummies. So with no evidence up to date, this road only ends up at the Fermi paradox. Like there's a big possibility out there somewhere there are aliens, like different creatures, but there's also not a single piece of evidence for their existence. But on the other hand, Neil deGrasse Tyson explains this complicated situation this way, saying there is no life in the universe because we haven't found any evidence is like going to the beach, scooping up a glass full of water, and saying there are no whales in this ocean. So we can definitively say they don't truly exist. Perhaps the aliens we are trying to find are not outside our planet, but are inside of the places we haven't discovered yet.
could be the key to cracking the code of extraterrestrial life. And they found it right here on Earth.
And let's assume we encountered an intelligent being. What will happen after that? Have you ever thought about what will happen after our first contact with aliens? Will it be safe for humankind?
It wasn't just the greatest achievement in NASA's history, it was one of the greatest achievements in human history. And the question for us now is whether that was the beginning of something or the end of something.
The life we might discover could be so advanced in technology that it could be either dangerous or benevolent toward us. They could perceive us as an enemy, as a threat to themselves. It could end up like Columbian exchange, or even worse, the destruction of human civilization. But it's not all bad. There are also positive aspects of the search for extraterrestrial intelligence has made on us. Even though the search has yet to yield any definitive evidence of extraterrestrial intelligent beings, it has affected art as well as science. It's had a profound impact on our understanding of the universe and our place within it. For instance, David Bowie, my favorite artist of all time, the best artist of all time, had a strong love for space. Unfortunately, had a strong love for space and the universe. And he made a lot of songs and a lot of albums on this subject. It's been rumored that he even asked NASA if it was possible for him to travel to space. Though it was not feasible, but still his love for space and the universe unconditionally continued, even though he was banned during the moon landing. And of course, it was not only David Bowie. A lot of songs and albums have been written, have been recorded for space and aliens and Mars and about the universe. Maybe during the invasion by aliens, we could listen to the songs to cope with the situation while getting extinct. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Or am I? And philosophers such as Epicurus and Lucretius believed
crazy, funky, junky, hot, obsessed, her slightly, trying to look like Keira Knightley. We've been there, we've done that, we see right through your funky hat.
Okay.
Please whatever. Please